Hi everyone! I spend half my life on social media, but that doesn't mean there aren't plenty of things about social media that bug the life out of me. So, in the spirit of moaning, I thought I'd share some of those things with you. It's time for a rant. My partner is perfect. My children are the best behaved little people in the whole world. I've just been given a promotion at work because I'm so fabulous at what I do, and just everything in my life is amazing. My life is just better than yours. Sorry about that. There is a certain kind of person who uses social media to give a very rose-tinted snapshot of their life, conveniently glossing over anything that detracts from their perfect existence that they're trying to show off to the world. And that I find very odd, because that's nothing like real life. I admit that I am competitive as heck in a lot of ways, but I'm also realistic, and I'm aware that real life does not just involve the happy, wonderful moments that you can show off to the rest of the world about. Sometimes life is cruel and hard and just downright annoying and sad, and it's okay to reflect on that as well. And I think actually that probably makes you a more rounded human. But there is also a flip side to this frankly weird, permanently happy narrative that some people use on social media. And that flip side is just as irritating. Why does nothing ever go right for me? I hate my job, I hate my life, everything is so rubbish, and then one day we all die. Now look, I have struggled with depression and anxiety myself. I firmly believe in being very open about mental health issues. I think it's really important to talk about them. That said, there do appear to be people whose entire Facebook profiles or Twitter profiles are just full of posts about how their life is unfair, nobody cares about them, nothing ever goes right for them, and they hate their entire life. And yet, when you comment on these people's Facebook posts and say, oh wow, I'm really sorry you're going through a hard time, do you want to talk about it? You can drop me a DM if you want to. Or you try and offer them advice on the particular situation that is causing them grief at that moment in time. They either ignore you point blank, or they do that dramatic, oh, I just can't talk about it, actually, no, ignore me, I'm being a drama queen as usual. And you think, okay, why did you post it on social media where anyone can read it then? Worse still, like I said, sometimes you offer them advice on something they've posted about, and that's the big reason why their life is so awful, and they just reply, well, actually no, I'm not going to even try X, Y or Z because reasons. And then an hour or two after you've had this conversation, or you've sent them a message and they've ignored it, they post yet another status about how no one cares about them and their life is terrible and no one has it as bad as them. And that makes you wonder whether these people actually want to just be the perpetual Eeyore of Facebook. Like I said, I suffer depression and anxiety, and yes, I have posted more than my fair share of miserable status updates. Sometimes, yes, I've even posted a status update that is genuinely a cry for attention because I just want someone to tell me that I'm okay. Depression is different for everybody, but listen to people if they come into your inbox and say, I'm here, my ears are open, you can talk to me if you want to, or if they try and give you advice to help you out of the situation that's making you so miserable. Because when you don't listen, you end up isolating yourself even more, and depression makes you feel isolated enough, believe me, I know. And if you are just somebody who posts really miserable statuses about how terrible your life is and no one has it as bad as you do because you've cultivated some weird sort of tortured poet persona that you like to put out there on social media, you do you, I guess. I'm not going to tell you that you can't write statuses like that. And that leads me nicely onto another thing that bugs me about social media. Here in the UK, there is currently a general election looming, and it's quite an important one. There is a real division in the UK, and we need to do something about it. There are some pretty major issues facing this country at the moment. Please, for the love of God, don't make me say the B word. You know what I'm talking about. The trouble is, a general election or any kind of referendum will always split people. There will be the people who use their social media to post about why they're voting for a particular politician or political party, and then there will be the people who constantly say, "I'm sorry, but Facebook is really not the place for politics." Now, this is going to be an unpopular opinion with some people, but I personally think that politics belongs everywhere because it affects everywhere and everyone. So I don't believe that there's no place for politics on social media. If you want to discuss politics, if you want to debate things, you go for it. It's important that we talk about these issues. And I'm not just talking about politics. Unless you're posting racist or bigoted or misogynistic or homophobic or otherwise grotesque stuff on your Facebook feed, if you're spouting hate speech or encouraging illegal activity, fine, I am going to tell you not to post that, because that not only has no place on a Facebook page, it has no place in our society or indeed our world, full stop. But your Facebook page or your Twitter account or whatever social media you prefer to use, that's your little corner of the internet to express yourself. And all the people reading it don't have to like what you're saying, they just have to respect that it is your space to say whatever you like. And at the end of the day, the thing is, if somebody posts a lot of stuff on Facebook or on Twitter and I don't want to be reading it, I can always unfriend, unfollow, or just mute them. And of course, if you really don't want to see something on Facebook, you can always block a person, because that definitely 100% works and you'll never see them again. Once upon a time, Facebook's block feature really did block people. If you blocked a person, for example, you wouldn't see their profile picture anymore. You would just get the little silhouetted person, the default anonymous Facebook profile picture. You wouldn't see their name as a clickable name that you can click on and go to their profile. It would just be black and there would be nothing you could do with it. Quite often, if it was somebody you were previously friends with, their comments would actually disappear from your old statuses. Years ago, I blocked somebody because they were an awful human being and they treated me like excrement. Originally, when I blocked this person, I couldn't see their profile picture anymore. Their name wasn't clickable when it came up and I didn't even see their comments anymore. But recently, Facebook have had several updates, and even though that person is still blocked, these days, if I'm scrolling through Facebook's On This Day feature and taking a little trip down memory lane, not only can I see that person's current profile picture, I can also see all of their old comments again. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of annoying. I don't want to see people I've blocked them for a reason. It means that sometimes I unwittingly come up against a reminder that this horrendous person still exists. Hello, I'm here to ruin your day. At least Twitter's block function does actually work properly, although Twitter has its own problems. Twitter has an option to report any tweet or any person for any number of offences, which is great. Or it would be if it was worth your while doing it. For example, years ago, a weirdo took exception to something I posted on Twitter. I made a witty comment about some celebrity or other. It wasn't 100% praise for that person. It was just a stupid comment. This fan of theirs took massive offence to me not just piling praise on their beloved celebrity and started attacking me. I told them to leave me alone, go away, I wasn't going to engage with them anymore, and they continued to harass me with more and more abusive tweets, which I reported and then I blocked them. Now, blocking them did work. Reporting them didn't, because I had a message from Twitter not long after telling me that that person had not broken any of their rules. Yes, they were allowed to send me multiple abusive tweets. That was fine. Gee! Thanks, Twitter. I feel so very protected. The fact is, whether you're talking about Facebook or Twitter, Reddit, any of the other social media sites that are out there, really, they don't do enough to A, protect against hate speech, and B, to protect their users from abuse. Which leads me on to the biggest bugbear I have with social media. I'm still utterly obsessed with social media. I wish I knew how to quit you. So anybody who is thinking of commenting under this video and being like, if so much bugs you about social media, just delete your Facebook, delete your Twitter. I can't, I need it to live. But I am interested in you letting me know what annoys you about social media. So write down in the comments and tell me. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. My floaty head will appear up here, which you can click if you would like to subscribe. And over here is last week's video. I'm thinking it's been a while since I was on Facebook, so I'm going to go and update my status now. Talk to you next week. Bye!